Hello everybody, I'm GHG and welcome back to this tutorial series. In today's episode we are going to take a look at making the speeding up and slowing down way more beautiful. So as you can see over here, we suddenly changed from 1 to 0. And well, that might be useful in some cases. It does look kinda ugly. And what we want to do is we want to take 1 down to 0 in a couple of steps. So we use t equals 5 when t equals 5, so we use 5 steps of 1 and then suddenly 0. But wouldn't it be much more beautiful if we could just within these 5 steps get x1 to x0? Well, it's actually kinda easy because the difference is 1 and over here it's 0. And if you do 1 minus 0, you get 1 divided by 5, you get 0.2. Well, how do I then increase this number? Well, easy. Do it times t, so that you get at t is 5 you get minus 1, at t is 4 you get minus 0.8, etc, etc. However, this will return a different kind of it's not the same length as the previous x equals 1, and to do that you actually in our case just calculate it. So first we have 1, then we have 0.8, then we have 0.6, then we have 0.4, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have 0.2, 5 steps, and then of course 0 is the 6th step, but until now it's just 5 steps. So 1 plus 0.8 plus 0.6 plus 0.4 plus 0.2 is going to return you 1, 2, it's going to return you 3. But we actually wanted to travel a distance of 5. So what we want to do, if this is traveling 3 blocks, you can also just check this out on the server and then go back and change your code. So over here I'm gonna divide it by 3 and I'm gonna stretch it out by 5. So we get the value for 1 block and then we get the value for 5 blocks. So this will actually make us move 5 blocks and it will slow you down till 0. And of course over here you need to do the same over here, but just minus. So you're gonna get the whole thing over here. And what you want to do is you want to do that minus and you want to put plus over here. But now you've tried this and it's a lot better now, but still not quite good in your opinion. Well, you can also use a non-linear, so this is linear, you can also use a non-linear method, such as let's say 0.5, and then we do it times t times t divided by 10. So if you can do the maths, this will eventually get really big, but that's why I divided by 10. If you think the speed is too high, just change the 10 to be a bigger number. But you will see the problem over here, as well as the problem over here down below as well. We're at stage 1, so t does not start at 0 anymore. Stage 1, as you can see, starts at t equals 5. So what we need to do over here with t is, before we do any kind of math with it, we need to subtract 5 from it. Minus 5. And over here, stage 2, as you can see, stage 2 starts at 15. We want to first subtract 15 over here. And then with stage 3, to keep it it's not actually a square anymore, to keep it a closed loop, of course you need to have this as well inside of here. And now you need to change the 5 to 20, as I can see up there, 20. And this will actually get you a really nice coaster. It's really fast, but if you cannot keep track of how many blocks, so you do not know how many blocks this will be, what you can do, it's kind of a smart technique, it's not a really efficient technique, is spawn an armor stand each time this runs, so that you can see closely where the armor stand is on each tick. So armor stand, as equals, and then what we are going to do is stand.getWorld dot spawn entity. Location is going to be stand.getLocation, and over here it's going to be entity type dot armor stand. And what you want to do is you want to cast it to armor stand, of course, armor stand, because that's a living entity, and then import them. And over here s.set gravity to false, because if you do this inside a looping or a turn that has no track yet, they will just drop down. Don't do this on the actual roller coaster, just do this so that you can see where your armor stand goes. Where your armor stand goes on the track. And that's actually it for the coding. It's not that easy to understand, but once you understand it, it's really fun and actually quite easy to play around with. And let's go check this out on the server. See you there. We're inside Mike for now. I started the server, and let's go take a look at our roller coaster. And while you might not see the movement of the armor stand that good, you will just see that the armor stand gets spawned on all these positions, and that the track goes from here towards there, and then you can just precisely build underneath it so that it actually looks like it's running across a track. Yeah, and as you can see, the further the armor stands are apart, the harder, the faster the thing goes. So over here, speed is almost 0. They're really close together, and over here, speed is really big, and they're like 5 blocks separate from each other. And that's it for the speeding up and slowing down of our square coaster. And of course, you could do this a little more efficient, but it wouldn't be as easy as this or as fun. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. Got any feedback or suggestions? Down below in the comment section, or in the description box you will find a link to our Discord channel, which you can ask any question on. Bukkit or Java, doesn't matter. There's always someone that can help. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.